By the end of this lesson, you're going to learn how to avoid the 5 biggest mistakes first-time homebuyers make and how to avoid them. And this is going to ensure a smoother, successful home buying experience for you. Let's get into it. My name is Marc Giles. I want you to like the video, share the video, comment below. We're going to have some more great content coming your way. So let's get on to the 5 biggest mistakes. Did you know that 60% of home buyers make at least one mistake and they regret not knowing that they could have avoided that mistake by just taking a little education? Well, we're going to help you avoid that. So we're going to get into it right now. Let's go. Mistake number 1 is not getting a pre-approval before you start shopping for a home. Why is this a mistake? For several reasons. Number 1 is, first of all, people don't know the difference between a pre-approval and a pre-qualification. The pre-approval is when the mortgage loan originator runs your credit. They check your pay stubs, your W-2s, your bank statements. They qualify you as if you've already found a home. This is a very expensive proposition for the lender, so a lot of lenders avoid doing it. And they'll just have a brief conversation with you, ask you a few questions, and then give you a pre-qualification letter. What's interesting is majority of mortgage loan originators will do a full-blown pre-approval for you if you only ask. What that would entail is they actually ask you for your pay stubs, your W-2s, your bank statements, your tax returns. They gather all of the detailed data. They analyze the data as if you already found a house to buy. And then what they'll do is they'll issue you a pre-approval letter. Now, as you're shopping for a home, that pre-approval letter is presented to home sellers as well as realtors who are going to help you find your home. And it's a very crucial document. What you don't want to have is that you get into a contract to purchase the home and you're beginning to think that you're going to get your home only to find out that the mortgage loan originator did not do a full pre-approval, and now the mortgage loan originator is asking you for documents. They're asking you questions about things that they could have already uncovered during a full pre-approval process. So keep your options open, get pre-approved upfront for the mortgage, make sure that the mortgage loan originator collects everything from you. I personally am a mortgage loan originator for the past 20 years. And so when I'm talking to you about this, I'm speaking from experience because many people have come to me and they thought they were approved with their bank that holds their deposit accounts, their checking and savings accounts, only to find out that it wasn't a pre-approval, it was a pre-qualification. All right, let's get on to mistake number 2. Now this is important because this mistake could leave many home buyers stuck with a money pit. Something will drag cash out of their pockets for a lifetime, and I'm going to show you how to avoid it. So let's do it. Mistake number 2 is skipping the home inspection. All right, so what is a home inspection and why is it a mistake to avoid it? So a home inspection is something that every realtor, mortgage person, and everybody in the business should tell you not to skip. So for your protection, you get a home inspection. The home inspector is a person who is licensed to go to your house that you're interested in buying and go through that property with a fine-tooth comb. And at best, they should be able to give you a 20 to 30 page document with photos explaining the things that you're going to have to maintenance in the future. How long is the boiler going to last? How long is the roof going to last? How long are the windows going to be sealed? If there's any future maintenance that he anticipates that should be done. Now, I have worked with people who were able to save a few dollars because they did negotiate a slightly better deal because of the home inspection. And I've also worked with people who have walked away from a property because of the home inspection. The home inspection is critical. And so for your protection, get a home inspection. How much is this house going to cost me to buy it? What is it going to be? Are there any hidden costs I need to know up front? Let's get into mistake number 3, overlooking additional costs. Why is mistake number 3 important? Because if you're overlooking the cost of these items, you're going to run into some unforeseen territory that could cost you more than you had expected. Might not take you out, but it's a very uncomfortable feeling to see numbers pop up and that you have to pay for that you didn't anticipate. So what are the 3 things that you should be considering when you're buying your house to determine what are the costs to the penny? While we're going to cover a lot of these items in the next module, the next learning module that you definitely want to check out, we're going to talk about some of these costs to avoid right now. But definitely move on to the next module when we're completed with this one. All right, so what costs should you be looking for? Number 1 is your loan estimate. If you're getting a mortgage from a mortgage loan originator at a bank or a mortgage brokerage, you want to know, how much are my closing costs going to be? What are closing costs? Closing costs encompass the fees that you're going to pay in order to get the loan. Another item you're going to pay for is the title. The title is going to tell the lender and you that the person who's selling you this house is the actual owner and that they do have the right to sell this house to you, and that after you take title to this house should be free of all liens and encumbrances, whether it's the IRS, ex-wives, side chicks, baby mamas, illegitimate children, state taxes, federal taxes, anybody that's trying to sue the seller. All of that should be gone. Like we said, you're going to get a home inspector. This home inspector is going to tell you if there's any necessary repairs that are going to be done quickly after you take the house on, or maybe you'll have a cushion, a period of time where you won't have to come up with any money because the house is built so well. 3, 4, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, you might be able to live there without spending any money doing any repairs. Now, that's the difference between buying a new construction sometimes and a house that was previously owned. Okay, let's get on to mistake number 4. Before I tell you what mistake number 4 is, I want to tell you that mistake number 5 is something that just about every first-time home buyer makes, so don't go anywhere. Let's get into mistake number 4. Falling in love with the first house you see. Now, this could be a big mistake, and sometimes it might not be a big mistake, because if you see it, you know it, you like it, you know what? It's for you. Let's go take that house. I've had many people pass up that first house only to go on to house number 2, 3, and 4, not to find that that first house they saw was the one. And now every house that they see after that first house, they're comparing it to the first house. That is a huge mistake, right? So if you see a house, you like it, your kids like it, your wife likes it, don't do that, oh, let's see something else thing. Why? Because in a market like today where there's huge competition, if you're the first one into that house and you can make an offer immediately and get that house off the market, you need to take that house off the market. That's right. Take it and run. Now, additionally, if the house has all the options you need, everything you like, take the house and run. In fact, a lot of people will tell you that what you should do, especially with an FHA loan, is to buy your investment property first. What does that mean? That means you can buy a 3-4 family house with an FHA loan with as little as 3.5% down. And so even if it's $1 million 3-4 family house, you're putting down $35,000, and now you own a house that's generating. You have to move into it and claim this property as your primary residence. You can even buy an investment property after that, put down 20-25% on your next property, or you can actually sell this property and buy the next property. Oh, and I just want to point out that as I am a mortgage loan originator, this is not an offer to lend, and this is not an approval as we talk about these things. If you want to get pre-approved for a mortgage, you must call, apply, get qualified, and go through the motions like everybody else. I just need to say that for regulatory purposes. All right, so now we're getting to number 5. I want you to download a free checklist that we have below so that you can use this checklist to take you on your home buying journey. So what is mistake number 5? Mistake number 5 is not using a real estate agent. That is a huge mistake, and let me tell you why. So if you're not hiring an experienced real estate agent who is working in your area, then you could be missing out on some of the best guidance and market insights that you would want to know if you didn't use a real estate agent, because this guidance and insight can help you make a better decision. An additional reason that this could be a big mistake not to use a licensed real estate agent who is competent in your area and knowledgeable and trustworthy is the amount of paperwork that is involved in getting this transaction done. Now, the laws have changed around hiring a real estate agent. In the United States of America, new laws have arisen with regard to working with the real estate agent, and it entails you having to sign an agreement with the real estate agent and that you may have to pay your real estate agent. So these are some of the things that you want to look into and study as to whether you are required to pay your real estate agent, how much. All of these things are negotiable, and in advance you should start thinking about how much you want to pay your real estate agent and why you would pay your real estate agent. This next module is going to be really, really important for you because we're going to show you how to make a realistic budget to buy your dream home. So go on to the next module and I'll see you there. Trust me, this is where the magic happens. So once again, my name is Marc Giles and I'm really excited to be bringing you this content. Please like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends, make some comments below, and make sure you subscribe once again because I always want to hear what you have to say when you write these comments below. So here is our next module coming up right here. So don't stop now. Click on the module because your dream home is within reach. And if anytime you need to contact me, my number's below. You can text me, email me. I would love to hear from you. So let's keep in contact.